Welcome to Pydle 183. Pydle is a daily puzzle you need to solve by writing Python code. Today's Pydle is a cute little crocodile, so have a go at solving that. I was away for a few days, so I'm a little bit behind on the videos, so I'll slowly start recording them. So if you're new to Pydle, or you want to kind of learn more about Pydle, I want to solve yesterday's Pydle, which was Pydle 182. And it's a playing card 8 of hearts. So somebody asked a question on Reddit about a solution that somebody posted. So I thought I'd just use that solution and kind of explain the logic behind it. So the solution was basically this one. I'm going to paste it in. And then we can just go through it slowly. Okay, so uses the variable I for I in range 25, and then it defines x and y as x is I remainder 5 and y is I integer division 5. Now I modified this slightly, so defining a variable e, which is I modulus 24 equals 0. So that's going to be true for the first and the last pixel if you go left to right. So we're going to use that for the 8. Now, then the solution goes Pydle x, y, and then a tuple of characters. The first one is a blank, then a heart, and then the 8. So you can use, for Pydle, you can either use a character 8 or the number 8. In this case, I'm going to use the number 8, which will render fine. Now, I think what we need to figure out is the logic. How do we use these logical expressions to find the index of the character for the right pixels? So we need 8 in those two pixels, and then hearts, the middle kind of section. So what you'll notice is that in the second column, it's the even hearts that are filled, the even pixels are filled. So 0, 2, and 4. Then the next one is 1 and 3, so that's the odd ones, and then again 0, 2, and 4. So you can see this expression y modulus 2, which is basically taking is it even, not equals x modulus 2. So it's basically using that. So where it's the even y's, it's actually where x is odd. So x is 1 there, which is odd, and then y is even. Okay, so that's why we've got y modulus 2 not equals x modulus 2. So if that is true, that means it's going to evaluate to the number 1 in Python. So the reason that works, Python Boolean is actually a subclass of an integer. So true is always equals to 1, false is equal to 0. Okay, so we want it to render an empty string if it's false, but a heart when it's true. So when it's true, it's going to be 1. So the index is going to take index 1 of this this tuple of characters. Okay, so that works. But we also need to ignore the first and the last column, and that's why we've got this and 0 less than x less than 4. So that's only going to evaluate true for the middle 3 columns. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. So if that statement is true, then it's going to be evaluate to 1, which is going to be the hard. If it's false, it's going to be 0. So how are we going to get to the 8? So that's where this E comes in. So we've said I remainder 24, so it's going to be true that pixel and that pixel, but we need the index 2, so 0, 1, 2, so that's why we do plus E times 2. So the first 2 is never is going to be 0, 1, and we know that that E is only going to be 1 when that other statement is false. So that means we can do E times 2, which is going to give us the index of the 8. Okay. It is helpful, to debug. I'm just going to delete that one quickly so we can just see for ourselves how this actually works. So what this is going to do is going to give us the actual value of that logical expression. So if you run that, you're going to see 2 in the corners, and then 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, there where the hearts are, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, and then 0 everywhere else. So that's actually quite helpful just to test out your logical expressions. Okay, so we want that actually to be the index of that. And then if we run that, we've solved the Pydle. So when we have emojis, we can't just use something like that, which normally should work, but because it's a Unicode character, we can't just use the indexes of 0, 1, because you can see there's like a Unicode character occupies 2 bytes, so that doesn't work. Okay, so that's why we actually need to have a physical sequence like that. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense, and if you haven't solved this one already, it's quite a nice one, so have a go yourself, and then have a go at solving the crocodile, today's Pydle. Thank you for watching, and see you again tomorrow.